short video on my Mk8 GTI, specifically how to switch over from 93 to E85. It is the same process as well if you're going from E85 to 93. Nothing changes, same procedure. So first step is, of course, to empty out your gas tank as much as possible. I usually bring it down as low as 10 miles till empty, or 5 miles till empty if I can. Right now it's at 10 miles till empty. All right, there was no need for that to pop up. Damn. All right, sorry about that. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and head over to an E85 station that I really love to go to. I've tested it, many others have tested it, and it never reads below E70 at any time of the year. It's been the case like that for me for the past year and a half. With my previous car that was on E85, I always tested it, and I guess it's well kept. But yeah, I'll just basically just gonna show off the procedure. And don't be afraid when you're running your car low. The best thing to do is not get into boost or aggressively drive the car. You will hurt the low pressure fuel pump. It'll be sucking in more air than gas, since you probably have like 3 to 2 gallons left over before you're completely dry. So yeah, just baby it. Don't go into boost, which is what I've been doing on my way until I've driven here. I start babying it around 40 miles till empty, which is when the message pops up letting me know that to fill up, to find the nearest gas station. That's when I drive my car very much slowly, and yeah, I just go ahead and fill up on E85. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're pulling up to the pump. All right, I went ahead and 20 gallons max. All right, that's weird. Never seen that message before, but the gas tank is 13.5 gallons, so I'm fine with that. So we're just gonna go ahead and fill up. Start pump. I think everything should be good. And I'll also show how much I spend on E85 when you're going from 0 all the way back to full, or basically super low to full. All right, I just filled up the car. It's at a full tank right now. In my area, E85 is $2.80, and this is, if y'all can see, I spent $34 and 12.5 gallons, so I have 1 gallon of 93 in my gas tank. And I've done the math before, so with having a gallon and 12.5 gallons of E85, I'm around like E75, basically almost E80, which isn't bad. The tune is meant for between E50 and E85, so it will be perfectly fine. All right, so next thing is you just start the car as normal. Nothing will happen. Your car's not going to tweak out. Your cars are going to be perfectly fine. So this is where I take my safety precautions, making sure that I do it properly and I have no issues while transitioning. 1 second. Okay, there. So EQT and many tuners recommend an ethanol content sensor, so you could go ahead and read how much e-content you have in your car. I'm in the process of doing that. I already have the sensor. I just need to go ahead and get the gauge, but this is the safest way to do it. So what I do is I go ahead, I don't flash the car yet. I go ahead, drive off of the gas pump, and go ahead and park my car. I go ahead and park it and let it run for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, just to be safe. I think I'm gonna park. Oh yeah, I'm gonna park over there. So yeah, I would say 30 minutes. Let your car idle. I'm gonna park right here actually. Yeah, I'll park here. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh shit. Make sure to turn off auto stop start. You do not want your car completely off. So once you park, let it idle for 30 minutes. Let the fuel recirculate through the car. Some people say it takes up to 10-15 minutes, but I like to add additional time just to be 100% safe. So it's 10:30. I'm gonna go ahead and sit here up until 11 p.m. In the meantime, you could also do it. I do it in the increments of every 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and rev the car up to 2,500 RPMs 3 times, and then let it fall down. It doesn't really do much. You're not speeding up the process or anything like that. You're just, you know, giving it a tiny little boost so it could go ahead and, you know, I guess recirculate it a tiny bit faster. But yeah, I do that in increments of 10 minutes. I rev it up to 2,500 3 times, and then I just let it sit there until the next following 10 minutes. So yeah, that's really about it for now. Just let the car idle, and I'll be back when it hits 11 p.m. All right, it just hit 11:01. So I went ahead and waited 31 minutes. Next step is turn off, well, first you're gonna go into your access port and exit out of the gauges and turn off your car. This is a very important step, which I kind of panicked. I'm not sure if it's the same for the Mk7 and Mk7.5 GTI, but I'll explain it now when I get to it. All right. So the most important thing you're going to want to do is open up the hood. If you do not open up the hood, once the tune starts going, it will say that the data wasn't able to transfer. That happened to me with my previous tuner, and it also happened the first time I flashed over from E85 to 93. I started shitting bricks. I thought I actually bricked my ECU, and I thought it was game over, but it's the same procedure. I guess it's a Mk8 thing that you need to open up the hood. So car is off. You're gonna go ahead and turn it on, just the ignition, and make sure you turn off your lights. Your AC isn't on. I go ahead and unplug any chargers, and I disconnect my phone from Bluetooth. You do not want anything electrical going on with your vehicle. So first things first, before I flash, I like to make sure I check if there's any codes pending. With EQT, you will have the downpipe code on, which is normal. Cobb access port, Cobb, more specific to say, is or was in a lawsuit with the EPA, so tuners can't disable the check engine light anymore. So you're gonna go ahead, head over to, head over to tune. It will be second to last, and you're going to change ECU map. If I go ahead and I show my current map, I am currently on stage 293. So if we go back and go to change ECU map, it's gonna go ahead and load up all the tunes that I have available. It might take a bit. I'm gonna make sure the lights are off. All right, there. So I have my 93 tune, and then I have my E85 tune. These are Cobb pre-downloaded OTS tunes. I wouldn't recommend to use them. So you're gonna go ahead and select your stage 2 E85. Okay, it's gonna say a 20 amp car battery charger is required. If you want to be safe, I would put you know, a 10 amp will work. The process is very quick when you're changing over from one octane to the other. For example, 93 to E85, it takes like 1:30, so you're not really draining the battery. But if you want to be extra safe, get like a 10 amp 15 amp battery charger, just to be on the safe side. But it's not really needed. It does it fairly quick. But if your battery is pretty old, I would recommend it to 100% get a battery charger if your battery is old or you're having cranking issues, because that is a liability. So I'm gonna go ahead and select continue, and it usually takes a little bit to load stuff, but okay. Please wait while the access port generates vehicle data. So now we're just gonna wait for the process to begin. All right, so your car will start to go a little crazy. A lot of lights will turn on, start flickering. That's normal. It's part of the tuning process. As y'all see, it is progressing pretty fast. That's why I mentioned a battery charger isn't really needed. It's a very fast process. But just to be on the safe side and you're paranoid, like I said, get a 10 amp or 15 amp and I'll do the work. But if you're tuning for the first time, I would say get a 20 amp 100% because the process does take long, like tuning the car for the first ever time. So it reached 100%. Just doing a little bit of checkups. Okay, now it's gonna go again, basically going to validate the tune, make sure it's 100% installed over to the ECU. This process goes by even quicker. Please turn off ignition key to the off position, turn on ignition key to the on position, and immediately press OK. So we're gonna turn off the ignition. Wait, turn off ignition key to the off position. Okay, so we're gonna turn off the car. I wait for the little GTI to pass by. Then I turn it back on and press continue as soon as possible. Please, while the access port clears active trouble codes, for example, check engine lights, but it won't be able to do that. Due to what I just explained. All right, change maps successfully. Turn ignition key off to the off position for at least 15 seconds before starting the vehicle. In some cases, the car may need to sit for 5 minutes. So yeah, that's basically the tune. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the car. Press continue. Show, just to make sure that it downloaded the correct tune. There, it's going to show up. If y'all can see, it says stage 2 E85 ECU reflash. So that's the current map that my car is on. So the tune was successful. It says to let the car sit for 15 seconds. Yes, go ahead and let it sit for 15 seconds. It doesn't hurt. And it also advises 5 minutes. If anything, it could take up to 5 minutes. I would say wait 5 minutes if it's the first time ever tuning the car. If it's not, just wait the 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then, you know, turn it back on and you'll be good to go. A state trooper just pulled up. Oh, that kind of scared me. I don't know why, but whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and close our hood and let the car sit. Just gonna wait a little bit. So now we're just gonna go ahead and turn the ignition on, double check that I'm on E85. So yeah, on the stage 2 E85, gonna go ahead and head over to gauges because I like to always have that on. And we will turn on the car. So yeah, that's basically it. That is the process to switch over from 93 to E85. It's the same process as well when you're going from E85 to 93. I will advise, as soon as you're done flashing the car, don't step on it. Even if you let the car idle for 30 minutes and you were doing the same method that I was doing, revving it in increments of 10 every 10 minutes, revving it 3 times, we don't have an ethanol gauge sensor. Well, I don't, but if y'all don't, this is more of like a guessing game, but my method is to take the most precaution possible. So if I were you, if you're heading to work right now, if you're heading home, drive it normal, civilized, don't push it, don't step on it. I would wait until the following day. What I do is I head over to work, drive normal, civilized, then I head back home or wherever I'm going, I drive civilized, and then afterwards, the following day, I go ahead and step on it. That's me, just to take the proper precautions so the car gets adjusted and everything. Even if you do have the ethanol content sensor with the gauge paired up, I would still do it. It's like the safest practice. Like, I really value safety for my car. That's why I go the extra mile when I'm switching over to E85. So yeah, like I said, just baby it, and that's basically it, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.